Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video here on Dogecoin. I wanted to make a full video here on Dogecoin. I want to potentially talk a little bit about some news we had recently, well, no, nothing major. But ultimately, the technicals for Dogecoin right now are still very, very interesting. So we'll focus on those. And I'm actually still pretty bullish here on Dogecoin. I'll tell you why in a moment. But we're going to do a full analysis on the technicals. We'll talk about what the different scenarios here are, what's most likely, etc. So basically everything you need to know. All right, so let's get right into it. Now, Dogecoin itself, last time I covered it, I think on Monday or Sunday or something, we were still finding balance up here, as you can see. We were holding on relatively well, and then yesterday we dropped down below that, right? I mean, yesterday we got some bearish data, which you might say, why does GDP data for the US matter for Dogecoin? Trust me, it does. It's all correlation. But therefore, we dropped down a little bit lower. But ultimately, as you can see here on the higher time frames, we're still good, all right? Dogecoin is if you zoom out, we're in this big range between 18.3 cents and then at the bottom towards 15.5 cents. And as long as we're above the point of control, which is right here at 17.2, but I would say, I mean, you can see there's basically a high volume node right here between 16.7 and 17.3. As long as we're above that, we're fine. We're in the good side of the consolidation, right? We're in the upper side of the consolidation. So therefore, I still think a bullish breakout is on the table. Now, I have to say, meme coin strength, almost have to sneeze, excuse me. Meme coin strength has been lacking. Floki has been quite strong, but something like Pepe, something like Bonk are both at major resistance levels and they're losing some momentum. So that's not good for Dogecoin, because I do think the momentum for Dogecoin has to come from meme coin strength in general, right? I mean, we talked briefly, last time I covered Dogecoin, we talked briefly about the Dogecoin ETF, and I think at some point of time in 2025, that can be a major catalyst. I just don't really see enough momentum coming from that on the short term, nor do I really think that anything about that is going to happen directly in the short term for me to say that's going to make the price bump, right? So we really have to rely on market strength, which at this point of time I think is still fine. Bitcoin is still holding on relatively well. Yesterday, even after the bad news, Bitcoin also was able to reclaim very, very beautifully right here. So the market strength we have, but I do think we need some meme coin strength if we actually want to break 18.3 to rally into our main resistance level, our main target right here at 20 and 20.5 cents, where we have the 200 EMA. And the 90-day rolling VWAP. Now, on the lower time frames, though, I do think we're going to go up higher. All right, so like I said, we've been able to hold that POC very beautifully. We're also reclaiming back into this range up here. So I'd say it's most likely we will rally back into 18.1, 18.3. But like I said before, as long as Bitcoin doesn't break out, so if Bitcoin remains stable up here, it's obviously good for the markets, but that's not good enough for Dogecoin to break out. We need either some specific meme coin strength, or we need Bitcoin to break out higher, then Dogecoin can rally up higher as well. Otherwise, we'll just remain stable up here. And remaining stable up here is great until we get some bad news, until US equity starts falling. Then we'll drop down below the POC and drop down lower, right? So those are all the scenarios. I would say that at least short term, this is most likely. And then that bullish breakouts, that bullish continuation is contingent on Bitcoin breaking out or meme coin strength. And if that happens, I'll be the first to tell you. So keep an eye out on the channel. But for now, that's it. That's what I think at least you need to know. So thank you for watching. Have a great day and bye.